Hmm. So it doesn't seem to give me. Well, let's see if X is good. So X works. Okay. What about YouTube? YouTube's good. So why is LinkedIn not good? Mm, 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 mm. Oh, there you go. I'm currently live. Mm, Building OstrichDB from scratch. Okay, we have it all. Now, I don't know how I'm going to monitor chats. I don't know if they all magically find their way here, if there's any at all. Also, I don't doesn't like I can pop out this chat box. So I'm going to actually. I knew there was a reason why I brought my MacBook in here. So let me log into this, and then we will. I should also go to the not disturb. All right, StreamYard. All right, to Studio. I don't because I don't want that on screen. I just want to monitor it. Why am I hearing an echo? Uh, okay, I think this works. So I can see the X chat. It's from Zave. So I'm gonna assume we're good. I'm gonna have it over here on my MacBook. Okay. Um. All right. So let's see here. Close this. Close that. Close VS Code, and we will. Okay, so I don't know what I want to do today. I just figured I'd test the stream to see if I could stream to 3 locations, and it looks like it's working. So that's pretty cool. Um, mm, mm, mm. So I looked at this thing yesterday. This issue here, 196, and I thought I fixed it, but something tells me. Actually, I noticed an issue after I claimed that I fixed it. So the original issue was when we have a checksum value for one of our documents generated, right? Checksum is essentially um, the fingerprint for the file. That fingerprint only changes when the contents of the file changes. So if this were changed to foo, I don't know if anybody can even see that. So if this were changed to foo, this checksum would be regenerated and then changed and updated. Same thing if this number for some reason changed, or if the type changed, or whatever the values of something changed. So I had an issue where, I mean, I made it right here. For some reason, the checksum value was still counting the metadata header information, which it should not have been. And so it was trying to evaluate itself. It was kind of like AI explained it to me as like the chicken coming before the egg. You know what I mean? It's like which comes first, the chicken or the egg. So I redid the procedure that I'm sorry, I got distracted. I redid the procedure that generates this based off of the content and where it's starting from. So it seems to be right, but I noticed something. So I'm gonna see if I can recreate it. Um, da, 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 da. Generate checksum. I don't know why that's generating a checksum when I did the tree command. Why is that being created? Oh, because the history file is updated, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, that's from the history file. So every time something for a better example, right now I just used the tree command. This checksum got generated because I added a new command and operation was completed. So boom, something has changed. Or we evaluate if something's changed and it has. So update the checksum value. So that's gonna happen again. But so I did something to where I tried validating the foo file. Validate foo. And we got this error, right? Well, oh, we're still getting that actually. Where are we? Foo. 7247. Bring that back. Seven two four seven. Current checksum is 709. Man, I thought I fixed this. Yeah, we're still getting problems with this. It fixed it for like one example. I'm on a Mac Mini. I'm looking at the chat on a MacBook. All right, let's go back to this. Check checksum. Move this over a little bit. Are you doing full-time programming job? No, not right now. I do have a job, but I wouldn't say it's full-time programming. Um, mm, where's our debugging? Check some file. Oh, you know what? We never rebuilt. That's probably why this is happening. Did we rebuild? New foo dot bar. So if we do tree, or rather, oh, hold on. Let's just start over. Start all. Okay. So if we do new foo, let's open up foo over here. Get rid of the old one. Okay, so this is the standard one that every single one should get by default with the current information. Once the date changes, actually, no, with nothing here, this is the standard one it gets the standard checks. I should look into seeing if that's even right. So new foo, so that number should change here. Uh, what I do? Okay, it changed. So now if we validate it, okay, the value is the same. So validated correctly. No jobs, programming, but not full time. I'm confused. Are you asking about my? Oh, you're asking about my. I do some programming, but not much for my job. Mm, 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 mm. Okay. So those are fine. Now, if I do something like new food dot bang, or let's do new bar dot type. Okay. Now let's validate. Yeah. So it's acting right now. It's everything seems to be okay. It's scanning again and saying, okay, this is the expected value. Let's compare the expected value to what's actually stored here on line 6. And that seems to be okay. But I swear yesterday I was messing around with this and came across a little error, a bug, if you will. Um, I don't remember how to recreate it though. I think we quarantine the file. Like I go back and I clear all this and I do isolate foo. That deletes the file or moves it to a different location. So I still have the file up in the text editor, but technically here to it's been modified. It's new information and whatnot. The checksum hasn't changed, which is fine. So if I keep this file that technically was deleted, the text editor is not recognizing it as existing anymore. I guess if we resave that, and now if I try to validate it again, well, look, there it is. So I think so that was the bug that I came across yesterday. although the contents of the file did not change at all from what I can tell. Yeah, it didn't change from that time. The checksum was still the same, the contents of this cluster is still the same. The file got deleted and came back in the contents in the same exact state, but the validation breaks. Like, it's not right, something's not right. I thought about this as possibly really behind the scenes on a much lower level. The state of the file, since the state of the file was modified, my program is having an issue reading it. I don't know if this is worth me even looking into. Uh, would that be a problem? If somebody's using the command line, right, would I don't think it'd be that much of a problem. I think it's something to be aware of. I don't think it'd be that much of an issue. Okay. At least I have it on recording now, so that way, I have evidence that I found it and I was able to replicate it. Okay, well, let's, keep messing around with this system. So let's do set files. We got, um, hello, comma, goodbye. Alright, so we got our array of strings working. That's fine. I did notice another thing yesterday when I was doing this. So if I have another cluster, so if I do new food.baz, creates another cluster called baz right here. But we have a record, excuse me, we have a record called baz in the cluster bar. So the program gets a little confused. So if I do something like mm, food.baz test of type, let's just do it on the rate. Yeah, it goes into bar, even though I told it to go into baz, which should be this one. So we have an issue with where records are being placed. I also don't know if it's just because of the naming convention or if it's because records aren't being placed in here anymore. So let's make a new one. Let's do erase collection food or erase food. I'm sorry. That's old stuff. That's the old way to do it. Um, to close that. New food. Okay. New food dot. Let's name it something like for real, like books. So new food dot books dot author of type, and that's going to be an array of strings. Okay. So now let's make another one. New food dot sports. Food dot sports dot um, leagues Same thing. String array. Hmm. So I think it was having an issue because there was a record called Boz, and then there was a something else called Boz. So I'm gonna try something else. I'm gonna create another cluster called like songs or something or poems with a record called authors as well. And I want to see if race food dot sports. Okay. New food dot poems authors. I spelled authors wrong. Um, so that worked fine though. Oh, actually, no, it didn't because I misspelled it. Actually. Let's delete that again. New food dot authors. Right. Interesting. Huh. That was an interesting bug. I'll have to come back to that later. Okay. What else can we do here? I don't know. We'll just leave that little comment for me in the future. Um. Oh yeah, I forgot about this one. So there's an issue here. I need to redo this somehow. So how I wanted to self-host everything. Originally, things were just put in a simple like a text file. I mean, this is technically a text file right now, but it's using the OstrichDB specified format files. The history, configs, and IDs for clusters and users are stored in this format now. So we're self-hosted, but the issue is, or an issue is, IDs aren't getting deleted from the cluster ID cluster. I know it's a mouthful. Cluster IDs cluster. So we have the first cluster, which is this one, the second one, which is this one, the third one, which is mine, my user cluster ID or cluster ID or whatever, which is, where are you? Secured, which is this one. So the first three are always accounted for the moment the program starts for the first time. There's always three. Where we go? So 6927. I don't know if it's either of these. 6927 doesn't exist. So why has it not been deleted? I think because I might have deleted it manually. So we need to figure out why some get deleted and others don't, or the ones that should be deleted don't. Um, so we're going to start a fresh build, and we're going to be looking into IDs. Delete that, and let's start this over. Also, we need to just need some checks. Where are you? Right here. We don't need these anymore. Okay. Oops, that's not right. Okay. So real quick, first let's just check. So inside of core we have, oh, you know what? I forgot about the config one. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There should be 5. So there's this one, the user one. The config one didn't get added yet for some reason. And the history one's the same. So there should be 4. Why didn't the configs get added? Oops. Why? Oh, I forgot. I'm like, why can't I see? Okay. Our config. So our config ID, our config cluster ID is not getting added. So we need to do that. So let's go to config. Let's see if it's in here. Generate ID. Okay. Upon creation, true. Return ID. Passing it true. Check if ID exists. Append ID to collection. That's what we need to do. We're not doing that yet, so that's one thing we can fix. And what do you take in? Take in a string, the ID, and ID type to cluster ID. So we're going to give it 1 0. Okay, so that should be appending it now. So that way we'll have an accurate count. So that's good. So there should always be 4 at startup or for the first time. Um, okay, so let's see here. So in core IDs, there we go. Boom, boom, 9976 or 9971. Okay, that's fine. And then the config is 9976. Okay, perfect. So that's fine. Let's um okay. So now let's create our public one. New foo, and let's do new foo.bar. So there's the new one. This is foo.bar right here. So if we erase that foo.bar, yes, it gets deleted. Uh, whoa, that shouldn't be happening. Why on earth did that just happen? Erase foo.bar. Whoa, okay, that's not supposed to happen. Um, hmm. Oh, again, there's that bug. So if I manually delete something and bring it back while it's still open, it bugs out. Oh man, that's okay. So we definitely will need to look at that in the future because that's annoying. New food.bars. Erase food.bars. Yes. Okay, so that's fine. So we need to look for the if oh man, that's rough. So basically, look here. The old way was the old metadata format, metadata header format was something, it's a bunch of gibberish, right? A couple lines of that, but it would always end with a curly brace and a comma. That was my first way of doing things. Um, as far as like a couple months ago or last month, that was how things were up until last month. But now, since the I no longer have that. The reason I did that was because it was easier for me to look for something consistent through the file, like a closing brace and a comma. Each cluster ends in a closing brace, closing curly brace in a comma. So I ended the metadata header in the same way. This is one of the reasons why I'm like, man, I should just make the metadata header its own cluster. Like that would, I think that'd be much easier. But for now, we have that format. So we need to first check to see, and also, I mean, obviously, this doesn't end with that curly brace and comma like the old one used to. So we for this particular fix, I think we need to count the number of clusters. If there is only one, do something a little different because it's not going to be looking for it like this one. If we're deleting this one, the program's looking for the first instance of this, but we don't have that. If we're deleting this one, we can't look for the first instance of a curly brace and a comma. We need to look for the instance of the metadata header, like ending block or whatever you want to call it, line. So, okay. Um, let's dissect it. So, zero is not the cluster closing brace. Um, count for closed brace when you check the clusters only. That makes sense to me. Due to the new metadata header format, when deleting first, if you not look for a closing brace and comma, we need to check. Okay. I think I have something called like count clusters. So OST count clusters turns an int. So cluster count is equal to that. And it will take in the file name, which should just be file name here. Yeah. Okay. If cluster count one, we need to do something different for mm, 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 Oh yeah. Um, we can do something like that, I think. Zero. So I don't think we might actually be able to take something from another file that we have. Um, cluster closing brace. So we're saying string to split that. We're not looking for that. We're looking for metadata. Um, end. And strings that contains. Actually, yeah. So we're not looking for the first instance of that. We're looking for. Okay, that's fine. That's true. Wait, what did I just do? What just happened? Something's wrong. Something's very wrong. Did I delete that? Um, go ahead and print that out for me, please. I don't want to type that. Uh, oh, yeah, no wonder. Because um, that comma. If what was I looking for? Oh, we need to count. Yeah, cluster count is equal to 1. Um, that is there. And this goes here. And then this will go here. We're not including const. Oh, hold on. This is the cluster. Something like this again on the index of everything. It wasn't just that. Um, metadata. Oh my gosh, it's already been an hour. Jeez. Present. Present. Tomorrow, go to start. Um, cluster. Cluster. What was it called again? Cluster closing brace. Should we use the opening brace? I think perhaps we should use that. That way, instead of going off of a closing, we just find the opening one and delete it. Or we go all the way up to that. I think those are two options. Let's try either of them. Mm, like, I don't think this needs to be there anymore. Mm, like, strings, yes. Right. So what else? I don't think we need to append a comma to this. I'm gonna have to use some prints here. Exclude. Let's do did we what's wrong? Validate. Oh my god. I need that's so annoying. Okay. Okay. That's better. We just need to not append that there. So we don't need that append anymore. Let's see if we won't need this at all then. Uh, I don't think new fetch food. Excuse me. Okay. Right, erase. Yes. Huh. Not adding the closing brace. It's adding. Actually, we can just do this. Erase bar. Erase food dot bar. Oh man, yeah, something with the way the state of the file is. We cannot have that, man. That's crazy. New food dot bar. Fetch food. Looks good. Okay. So now we can erase. Uh, there we go. So now add another erase bar. Yes. So it keeps adding a line. But I mean that's fine. That's good. This should add the comma to it as well. So now we can. I want to check out what happens when we have. So we have food right now. So let's delete that, and let's do new food bar again. And now let's do like 3, and I'll delete the middle one and see what happens. Hello, or let's test new food test 2. So if I delete the middle one now, if I erase that, erase food test. Ooh, I think I get what just happened. Okay, so because test and test 2, uh, it doesn't matter. We can put anything, I think, right? I don't. We're not looking for the exact matches, so that's a whole nother bug. So erase food test. God, I forgot. I can't just do that stuff now because we have the checksum check. That's what's going on. Okay. I do want to test that out though. Um, new food. New test 1, test 2, and test. I'm spelling test wrong. Oh well, we'll just do tests. Test it is. So if I hmm, Okay, we have test 2, and test 3. Because they all have the word test in them, we're not looking for an exact match. Uh, I don't think. So if we erase test, we say yes, they're all gone, and the metadata leaves after that too, because I don't know why that just happened, but okay. Clusters. I'm gonna come back to that one. So let me add that as an issue real quick. Um, Funny enough, this same I just had the same issue with records. So I think it was on records. Okay. Something similar. So when I use the rename command on clusters, so it's on clusters as well. Um, we weren't looking for I mean, this is the exact same thing. I just have to copy the code over 185. Okay, so we'll come back to that. I was actually trying something else before I noticed that. So let's delete foo again. This new foo. Oh, also doing this manually really screws me over because I'm the program has systems in place to do I mean to do its job so it can keep working. But every time I manually delete something, bring it back or whatever, it screws up stuff. Like I haven't deleted any of these IDs that needed to be gone. So I don't want to manually delete them because then at that point, the checksum value will be different as well. So I need to find like a script or something that I can do to scrub everything when I'm ready to actually just start a new build and keep testing and debugging. I could make like a debug mode that doesn't worry about certain things. Maybe there could be like flags or something. Let's make that an issue as well. Or maybe like a dev mode. I like using issues as personal notes to myself. Complemented and added more subsystems. Okay. It's a good brainstorm. Yeah, that would help a lot because right now at this point I pretty much just have to continuously destroy the bin directory and then do all this over and over again, which is annoying. I don't want to do that. I need a new chair, man. All right, so I was checking something with this. So we're doing new foo dot bar. So we should be good on that. I think that worked. We already did that, right? If we delete bard, everything else is still the same. Well, let's add new foo dot test, just one, and then new foo dot goob. Good old reliable goob. So I wanted to test something, but I don't remember what it was. If we delete, oh yeah, let's delete the middle one. So since there's only one test, we won't come across a bug. So erase foo dot test, confirm, and there we go. But we are appending an extra comma. Wait, what's this? Oh, this is fetch. Okay, we need to. Yeah, we need to update our logging. This shit is. When did I make this? 1 month ago. I don't think I wrote that a month ago. I think it just got moved up in lines. Um, only place we're appending a comma. So if this is the case. Closing brace. Why is it getting added twice? Oh, uh, yeah, I guess that's why it's getting added twice. But if we're reappending the content, there would have been two closing braces too, right? Oh, that's another thing I should add. Maybe we can add this with like the um down here. Maybe build script can use a flag of some sort. So let's try that now. Let's do erase foo.test. Huh. Man, this is annoying, dude. I guess it's good to be. I don't know if it's supposed to be happening this way. Oh man. Actually, uh I need to start adding chaining commands too. Foo.test and foo.goob. Classic goob. Classic. All right. Erase foo.test. Confirm. And there we go. Now we do new foo.hello. And let's try erasing. Erase foo.hello. What? Checksum pass, data compliant. ID compliancy. Does a file get quarantined? It does get quarantined. You know what? Actually, uh, I don't think we need to do this anymore. So we have this check. The checksum now is what is evaluating every single all the content of the file, right? Do we need to worry about the accuracy of the cluster IDs? I don't think we do. So, all right, what I mean by this, because I'm gonna confuse myself if I don't get it out. Um, if we go to core and we go IDs, each cluster ID is stored here, and the original idea was one to make sure that it's valid. So if the user of while the program is plain text, as it is now, if somebody goes ahead and modifies something, the program would check the cluster IDs and be like, "Hey, this one's not found any. This cluster ID that is in the file foo or the collection foo of the cluster bar is not found in cluster ID collection. Like it's not in there, so it's not valid. Something's wrong." That was the original idea, but now that we have the checksum updated, it generates based off the content of everything beneath the metadata header. Um, we don't necessarily need to do that anymore. If any content changes, the checksum will change and be modified. The expected will be different than the current. Thus, something's wrong. So I think what I can do is we continue to store the IDs to say, hey, this has been generated before, like this has been used, because I believe when we actually generate an ID, I think we're first checking to see if it even has been if it's currently available. Generate ID. Yeah, we are. We're checking to see if it's available. So that could be the only purpose of the ID is just to make sure each cluster has a unique ID for maybe sometime in the future we do something with the IDs themselves, like queries or something. I don't know. But I think I say screw this check because this is breaking a lot of stuff because I can't manually I'd have to manually remove them, re-add them, and at that point the checksum changes. So I think we make another issue. My favorite thing in the world is making issues, apparently. Deprecate. Deprecate? Deprecate? How the hell? What is it? It's deprecate, right? Hold on. I think somebody's at my door. I'll be right back. Zave, what's up, dude? I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. My dog is barking at nothing. One moment. Okay. Um, I have a label for this. I do. Heck yeah. Save. Appreciate it. I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. I just fixing some bugs, finding new bugs, creating bugs while I find new bugs and fix them. Uh Doing good. It's nice out. It's kind of gloomy, but like the weather's not bad. It's not cold today, really. Pretty nice out. I'm gonna get ready to go get me some lunch here in about an hour. Um, I'm working on my dream project, if you will. I don't know if it's my dream project, but working on my project right now. Um, I do. Yeah, we don't need this anymore. Not right now. Battling AWS is happening. My experience with AWS is very limited to my job, and even then, it was incredibly limited. So it looks overwhelming to me. Anything AWS looks overwhelming to me. The dashboard and all that stuff just looks like it's too much information. I like simplicity. Um, but I understand AWS is not a simple thing, but interacting with it just looks complicated to me. Um, nice. Man, you guys are going hard. How many people are working on this project? I'm getting jealous. Just two? Damn. I guess that's the difference that two minds working on something uh, makes. I've been doing this by myself since the beginning. I have had like a couple of minor contributions, but other than that, it's just me. I guess you could count the AI that I use sometimes and speeds up things. But man, I do have people who are looking to get into it, but this portion here, this command line portion right now is still very much just me. At least on this side of things, which is fine, not a big deal. I started as my project, so I'm not upset. Uh, some more. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely gonna take that out. We don't need that anymore. I won't do it now because I feel like there's a couple other things I need to look at for it. But yeah, and like honestly, I mean, we do need the format check, the checksum check, the file size check, but we do not need the ID check. The ID check, the IDs only need to be unique. That's it. That's the whole purpose of them. Just make sure that IDs are unique. There's only one of each one ever. So we will not be worrying about that anymore. So what was the issue I came across before that little tangent? This happened, and yeah, so we're good on this. We fixed the erase bug, and we also I don't remember what else we did, but we did something. Fix actually, you know what? Now I think about it, there's probably something else. We had to do it the same thing for renaming and erasing clustered, but there's also um, purging. We have the purge command, which I honestly don't even know if I need that anymore. Like, oh, actually, no, that's not this. Okay. Um, okay. So I thought I did a lot of work for 05. 06 is gonna be crazy. I'm working on it for what? Uh, just about just under a month thus far. Okay. Mm, debug mode. Or command rename whatever test to hello. Both clusters are renamed because the program match with similarity in cluster names. Image one before execution, image two after. Test two turns into hello hello two. Okay. So that was a rename. So rename cluster. Go. Okay. And erase cluster. Uh, 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 uh. I want to check something. This live stream thing, like is this YouTube video, whatever, where the music's coming from, that I hope is getting picked up. It's like barely playing the length of the songs. Wait, there's no music playing? Really? How about now? Tap max. I think StreamYard like mutes audio so somebody like I don't get copyright striked or they don't get copyright problem. Really? Well, that sucks. I thought there was music playing. It's just been quiet this whole time, huh? Well, I'd have to figure that out. I Googled, like, does it when you share your screen, does it share desktop audio? But apparently it does not. Oh well. Screw it. Already about done anyway. Um, what are we looking at? So on the right we have erase cluster, which is one we need to fix. Let's find the cluster name. What was I doing though? Um, okay. Yeah, add this, add that. It's pretty much the same thing, yes? Yeah, OBS. Yeah. I don't know if I can have multiple streaming platforms. Like right now, I have it up on as you can. I don't know if you can't see, but I have it going to my LinkedIn, my YouTube, and Twitter. OBS I ever only use for Twitter. I used to use it for Twitch. So I don't know if OBS has multiple outputs like that. If they do, that'd be great because I would never pay for anything if OBS is free. You know. Um, Content cluster. There's a split. Okay. Well, cause that's fine. Content, that's fine. Cluster's false. All right, for cluster. So we would need to do. Also, you say you use OBS. I don't think I've seen you stream or record anything. Zave, what where are you putting your content at? Actually, you did tell me you streamed once on Twitter. I remember that. That's my fault. I forgot about that. We're gonna just take this more cluster and clusters, and also where's clusters? Let's just do not split that. Ooh, matter of fact, yeah, that's fine. We can still do that. Um, uh, um, we can just do. I'm being really cheap and gross about that, but I'm cool with it. It's the same thing. So we get the name start index of the cluster. Look for the name identifier. If name big grinding helix. That's good, man. That's good. Mm, 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 mm. Okay. I think that would be fine. We can stop it right about there and then start doing our actual work for the cluster count. And then this would no longer be CN, it would be the actual cluster name, I guess. So let's just take this honestly. Actually, hold on. Name start is equal to strings index, yeah. Um, if anybody uses the Z text editor, uh, let me know. When I used to use VS Code, I'd have a keybind for switching panes from left or right, like not moving them, but all right, I'm working on the left side. Now I want to work on the right side. So if anybody, I haven't really messed with the configs for Z. Um, I think I've done it once. So um, mm, 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 if, as we go. What are the clusters you're referring to? OstrichDB clusters. These think of them as JSON objects, but different. Same but different. Not AWS clusters or whatever other platform or service there is out there. I know there's going to be quite a bit of confusion. I've thought about calling them instead of clusters, calling them shards. So are the database. So database is old file, right? The collection. They're their own thing. You can think of them as an object. They kind of have this similar shape where they're within this bracket, but there is no uh, over overarching array. So like if it was JSON, you'd want something like that, and then it'd be all gross on the inside with a bunch of objects. I don't want that. Yeah, you can think of them like tables as well. I guess that's a better term, huh? I didn't. The reason I never called them tables is because when I look at them personally, the first thing I see and what other people have told me they've seen, this is looks like JSON. But yeah, they're not objects. They're not gonna. I'm not doing anything with objects. Screw that. Not right. No, no, not JSON. Tables is good, but I might rename them shards or something. Shards. I like the name shards. Pretty cool. Where were we? In small- let me do the work. We actually don't need to do this either. We could just do this. Also do that. Yeah, we don't need that. We could just. All right, we're gonna have to clean this up a little bit more. But let's finish getting swift name start. Like, okay. Okay. Name. Okay. So within this, that's gonna have to help me remember. So if we do this within here, then we evaluate the cluster count. Then that's kind of yeah. Actually, if the cluster, so this is fine. If the cluster count is one, just do the work and be done with it. But if it's not, then go through everything. Um, okay, so this also can just be called clusters, right? So we can change this to clusters. This doesn't need to be that anymore. This is very specific. Okay. So that be, oh, yeah, we can do that. And these are just going to be actually, we don't need to do that at all because we're not doing, all we're doing is, wait. Oh, you know what? Yes, we do. Because we're doing streams.contains. That's where the problem's happening. So, uh, go back a second. Uh, 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 that's where the problem's happening, right here. Okay. Uh, 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 so, cluster found true. Trim space cluster pin and kind transmit cluster. Cluster name. If we forgot this step. Also, since you guys can't hear the music, I'm gonna turn it off or down. It's just loud in my ear. Um, oh, that's what we're missing. Okay, okay. Um, cluster actual CN. Um, um, uh, underscore to true. Else if the length of the trim cluster trim space is greater than 0. What is trims from both sides until a valid non-space rune? I kinda just stopped the sentence there. Trims from both sides until a valid non-space rune. Then to give an example, what it's gonna look like. Why they I don't know. Okay. Let's take cluster and index from the start and the end. So it's trimming everything off of that. Let me do this first. Okay, so for each one, it is printing out the actual name. Let's do here. Sure, why not? That works. Erase food pause. Okay, perfect. So now, okay, cluster found is set to true. Now here's the issue though. What do we content new cluster? Where are you coming from? Strings are replaced. Okay. All right. Um pin. All right, let's try this again. Um Erase the old one. So here we go. So let's do foo.test and then foo.test2. See here. Okay, so erase foo.test. Yes. Invalid slice indices out of 509. Is there any way for me to print this or is it breaking at it? Okay. So it's this is happening, but we're going through each one. So Why is this an issue now, though? I'm curious. When I try to rename something, um, that'd probably be a good thing to add on this side too. So let's rebuild, and I want to do the same thing, but I'm going to rename something. Uh, see if that's bugging out too. So erase foo. Test new foo dot test two. Rename test two. Okay, so while I got this open, let's go to here. Let's go to here and then do rename test to hello. Oh, rename foo.test to hello. So that worked. Did it print out? Okay, yeah, it print out 5 and 6 from that side. And that's what we got earlier too, if I'm not mistaken. So why is it a problem when we're doing the delete operation? Um, huh. If all name is equal to this, that's fine. And a pin. Guess we should probably pin that. Well, no, actually, yeah, we can do that. It's the same thing as down here. But why is it throwing an error? It don't make no sense. Um, what am I trying to do? Fetch foo. Erase. Dot bar confirm. We're getting 4 and 5. I might have to come back to this. Invalid slice indices. I don't even know what, like, let's see what, FMC. See what name start is as well. If actually we'll do this. Yeah. There's 24. Name, surname, in. Name, surname, in. Name, start. Hmm. I think we're just gonna plug this one into the old AI and figure out what the heck is wrong because I cannot figure it out. And the error message is kind of like supposed to be between 0 and 1. Yeah, I don't want to deal with that right now. Let's ask. Let's ask Trey. This is a good time to show off this Trey AI thing. Dude, I like this, man. It's cool. It's free right now. At least the version that I have or the I don't use it nonstop. So I'm sure I haven't come close to I hope I haven't come close to capping out my tokens for it. Oh boy. I am tired. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Let's add a context. So let's do file. And we're going to do clusters.odin. Try. I'm curious why when we're going over the same thing, we're indexing over the same um, string, the same exact everything. It's throwing an error. Okay, what did you do here? What did you do? I got rid of my checking if there's only one. I don't like that it did that. Now, yeah, no, I don't want that to happen. So we'll keep that because it just tried to delete the shit to prevent checking. I mean, it could work. I could try it and just see if it'll still delete the thing. But if it's looking for, if I mean, if this is pretty much similar to what I had before, let's do this. I'm curious. Actually, no, no, screw that. Let's go through here. Else, let's just change the else. Good old Trey AI coming through for your boy. Starting some trim space. So this where's but the problem was here. Name end was out of like the indices were invalid indices. Huh. I am curious about that. That doesn't make any sense to me. Literally nothing changed at that point. Um, what is this? This is the else. That's that. $544. Oh, no. Okay. Okay. No, dang it. Erase food.test. Yes. Interesting. So it still deletes the metadata header. Um, okay. Mm. So where are we going? We're going from here. It's deleting everything. That's not ideal. Better, but not ideal. Effectively deleting it. Okay, we'll come back to this. I got to get ready to go. I got to go to lunch. For anybody who stopped by, I appreciate it. I don't know how it did on, I don't know if it did numbers as they say. I don't know if I went viral or anything like that, but it's all good. I appreciate you watching. Y'all have a good week. Peace.